Yeah. Chicka, chicka, what? Chicka, what? Chicka, what? I'm singing. Chicka, what? Chicka, what?
Oh, it's gonna be a fucking awesome, beautiful day. Not about the sky. I mean, can it get any better?
I gotta get the stuff out of my eye. I just woke up,
I gotta
man.
clean my nostrils out too, dude. Did some cocaine last night. Went on BYB podcast.
Yo.
I was like, you know what? I want to go watch a Nicolas Cage movie and really appreciate his acting skills. And I think I watched Bad Lieutenant. Great film, folks. If you have
Bad
not
Lieutenant
seen it.
2. That would be 2.
Oh yeah, you're right. But wait.
It's actually called Bad Port of Call.
Oh, Port of Call.
I know
New
that
Orleans. New Orleans.
I saw that film in theaters.
Did you?
When it came out,
Dude, that movie holds up. It's
well, have you seen the original? No, it does not.
No,
hold
I
up.
haven't. No.
Jesus Christ, buddy. The fact that you just said that Bad Lieutenant 2 holds up and you've never seen Bad Lieutenant 1, the original, is like it's up there. It's up there with saying that Al Pacino was not in The Godfather. I'm gonna just say that right now.
All right. Yeah, you got me. That was totally a fair take. But my memories from watching The Godfather were what's his name? The guy who did corny movies later on in life.
Al Pacino.
No, there's another guy.
Oh, Marlon Brando?
No, not Brando.
Jesus
why
Christ!
can't I think of his name?
I mean, are you talking about Khan?
Was it? I know Khan was in it. There's another guy.
That's my funny Sonny. I feel like I'm very Sonny Corleone. Abe Vigoda?
No, there's another guy.
Abe Vigoda's in it. If somebody could fucking help us out here, the old guy from The Godfather that's not Marlon Brando or Abe Vigoda who did stupid movies at the end of his career. That's what I got.
He did a movie. If you type it in, Secondhand Lions. He did Secondhand Lions. It was like a rated G or PG movie.
Okay.
Later,
give me 1 second. I'll get it.
It starts with a D. His last name starts with a D or some shit.
Robert De Niro. No, he was not. Well, he was in Godfather
I know he
2.
wasn't in Secondhand Lions. De Niro. Fuck De Niro. Dude stinks. He's having a kid at 79 years old. Like, how does this load even hold? Robert Duvall.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
So Robert Duvall, that was like the main supporting actor that I remembered from The Godfather. And that's when I was like, that was my argument. The whole argument was Al Pacino because I thought that was his character. So I got to go back. I might even watch that today because I got to take a nap after this.
Yeah. What the hell?
Because I'm a meth head. I'm still awake. No, I woke up.
Tom Hagen. That's right. Because Tom Hagen was an Irishman. He was not Italian. And as mafia lore, as the law of the mafia goes, if you're not a full-blooded Italian, you cannot be a part of the mob. You can work with the mob, but you can't be full-blooded capo. And he would have been probably better for the job than Sonny. But since Sonny was blood, he took over the family when the father was taken out.
But anyways, we were talking about Bad Lieutenant, and I say this a lot. I say this to a lot of people, and they always laugh at me. Or like, I was listening to shout out Tommy Pope's podcast, Stuff Island.
Okay.
They were talking. I think it was Chris O'Connor's take was Tom Cruise is his favorite actor ever, like top 3 or whatever, and so they were clowning on him. So I feel like I get clowned when I say my favorite actor ever is Nicolas Cage. I feel like I would rather I could turn on any Nicolas Cage movie and get lost. I think it's hilarious. Like his aneurysms, the way he
this is crazy.
I love it.
This is nuts that you just said that. Well, first of all,
I think he's my top one.
Personally. A couple things. Bravo on bringing this conversation all the way back around to where it started. I got worried that we just fucking went off into the deep end, but you brought it back around. Congratulations.
Right.
2, I want to put a little challenge out there. This is nuts. This is for you or the viewers out there. What is this shirt? This is actually a Nicolas Cage reference right here. This has something to do with Nicolas Cage. I'm not kidding one bit here. I don't know if it's backwards. No, it should be forwards. So see if you can read what that says And if you can't, it's
Mangoes.
okay. Oh, close. You're very close. It was a Nicolas Cage. There we go. So Johnny Rando accidentally just nailed it.
That's all right. You asked the viewers.
This is the on-screen title logo for the film Mandy. Mandy, bro, you are gonna lose your fucking mind if you think that Nicolas Cage is your favorite actor and you haven't seen Mandy yet. Bro, you've kind of fucked up. And it's okay.
I thought I saw every Nicolas Cage movie so far.
This one flew under the radar a couple of summers ago.
I looked up Nicolas Cage movies. I went down the list. I'm like, I think I've seen every single one of them. I didn't see that on the list.
Then someone just told me on the set of I'm usually on Saturday morning doing filming, and we finished our film last weekend. So we're really excited for that to come out. But on the set last Sunday, someone said that this new film, Renfield, it's like one of the newer Nick Cage movies called Renfield, is supposed to be very, very good. I saw the trailer and just like,
okay, I can't wait to watch this now.
Yeah.
So cap the show at 45 minutes
and watch.
I can't wait to watch it.
You should watch Mandy. Mandy first, and then apparently Renfield is very good. Renfield is that classic character from Bram Stoker's Dracula, who was like Dracula's assistant. He was like a half a vampire. He was a half a fag, but half a vampire. And apparently there is a lot of good gore and blood. That's what I was told, because I do gore and blood on movie sets for special effects. Right. And someone was like, did you see Renfield yet? And I was like, I don't know, really. And he was like, no, man. For you with your fucking field, you got to see this shit.
He did put out a movie recently I didn't like. I don't remember the name of it, but I came across it. I think it was on Netflix or some shit.
Well, there was that one that you might be talking about, the one where he plays himself and he gets kidnapped.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I couldn't get into I read about it. I didn't even try to watch it. I mean, is it worth it?
I'll say this.
I kind of felt like it was a little cucky. I don't know. I gotta really like stuff like that.
I got it right here. It's called The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. So it's got a bit of a wordy title. I looked into it. Apparently the director and the guy who wrote it had like never directed a film or written a film before. I think it was like his first project. He had some money and he wanted to have Nick Cage in the film. I think I could be maybe convoluting the story with real life there, but it started off really strong and I felt that it petered out at the end. But for me, if a film is just half good, that's good enough. You know what I mean? Like if a film can get you halfway there, yeah.
B-movies are like, I used to love that before streaming platforms came out. You would find like offset B-movie DVDs at the store and shit. And you'd pick it up and be like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. But it was so funny to watch because you're just used to seeing like masterpieces after masterpieces. And then you watch this like B film. And it's like, okay, so this is what it's all about. It's a lot harder than people think.
Are you too young to remember like not Blockbuster Video, but like a home?
We had Hollywood Video.
Hollywood was kind of too close to like a non-corporate rental store. Did you guys ever have
we had Game Exchange?
That's like a mom and pop. Yeah, that exactly. So this is so great, bro, that you brought this up. I was over at Trauma Entertainment offices filming something last weekend, and we were like moving some shit around because a lot of times we'll like use Trauma office to film something. So we use an empty room.
Couch?
Yes, that as well. But we'll use an empty room and turn it into a doctor's office. We'll turn it into a priest's office. We'll move things around.
Priest office.
There's a lot of diddling.
Johnny Sins hangs out there a lot.
Yes, exactly.
Astronaut office.
Dude, we were going through some shit, and like they have all these old fucking archives and things from the 80s and 90s, and we found basically what you would be back in the day for Trauma is you would be a traveling rental video salesman. So we found a copy of a VHS that you as a salesman would bring to that game, whatever place in your town. Right. And you'd have like a whole deck of Trauma VHSs. And there'd be Toxic Avenger. There'd be Sergeant Kabukiman. There'd be Surf Nazis Must Die. There'd be the good ones. And then there'd be like the even crappier ones.
Master Bukakiman.
And like on this tape, it showed the price. It would cost that store like $120 to buy one rentable copywritten rentable. It's a whole process that we don't even know about anymore.
The set of film, like the VHS stuff.
Yeah, exactly. There'd be one of them.
Set them off, right?
Exactly. Then they could rent it. You had to have the rental rights to be able to do that. So what a mom and pop store would do is they'd pay $250 for Top Gun, a copy of Top Gun, and they'd be able to rent that out, and what it would be like $1 a rental, $2 a rental back then. So they'd have to ensure that Top Gun was going to get rented 120 times over the year in order to make their money back, and that's how limited our stuff was.
Back then, like say the store was popular, you didn't have social media and stuff, so you would have to rely on word of mouth.
Word of mouth.
Hey, this movie was good. You should go rent this.
Or just the cover. Sometimes it was all about the cover art.
It was.
You know what I mean?
You know what? There was a movie. I remember going to a Hollywood Video. It was Jack Nicholson about Schmidt, and the cover alone sold me. And then I watched it, and I'm like,
not that good.
Later in life, I watched it again.
It's okay.
I like it now, but when I first watched it, I'm like, I thought this was going to be much better.
Oh yeah, doesn't he get high? But
I was in my teens when I first watched it, or like lower teens. So it was, it's a slower movie. It's meant for when it,
And there was always that thing where you thought the box art looked really good, and then you got home and the movie was dog shit.
But it's the same thing with magazines like Thrasher Mag and Transworld. When it came to skating magazines,
whoa, Transworld. Wait a second.
They would always try to compete on who had the best. I was a Transworld guy.
If I know one thing's for sure, you probably still have a Transworld subscription coming to your home, if you know what I mean.
I got a couple Transworlds. Yeah. No.
Dude, we should say who we are and what this show is.
This is Early Bird Gets the Worm, episode 2. We're going to try to do this every other Saturday. I get up, I send my lady to work every other Saturday, and I have nothing to do but podcast. So when she's home, I'm sleeping in, I'm doing stuff, we're hanging out. I'm not thinking about podcasting. But when I'm alone, I'm thinking about everything that's going on out here, folks. This is Stevie Lou. We have to do these shows. Lots happening. Stevie was invited on MLC yesterday. Of course, the Thursday show that we do, Stevie and Ski live after MLC. As soon as MLC ends, we wrap up the week. But we can't wrap up the week on Thursday if there's still ongoing drama on Friday. So you were invited to the show, correct? If you click the link and you're in the waiting room.
Well, let's go back to the beginning.
Sorry, I'm
no, that's fine. It's fine. No, you're getting ahead of yourself. Let's build the story up a little bit. Originally, they said that they were going to do a 4:00 show. They were like, we usually do 5:00 on Friday. I'm going to do 4:00 this week. That's what he said on Thursday. So I'm getting ready to just listen to the show at 4. And nothing's coming on, and then suddenly it's changed back to 5:00, right. Which was a little odd, but I get it. Things change. It's a fluid situation. It's fluid. So what I did is I went to the grocery store. I had to pick up some milk. I had to pick up some bananas, bullshit stuff.
Why did you get just milk and bananas?
Yeah, because I like to milk the banana. I like to dip the milk and banana, and then
Oh, I thought you used the milk as like a lube or something, like a lubricant.
All of it together. But I'm sitting there and I'm literally ringing out at the cashier, oh, thank you. No bag today, thank you. And then I'm hearing in my ear, Stevie Lou, if you want to come on the show, send Stevie Lou the link. So I was like, oh shit, what? So I started double speeding walking home because in Brooklyn we walk to the grocery store, so I'm fucking walking back fast, sweating a little bit. I texted Adam the second that he goes, send Stevie Lou the way.
Legs too, so you're probably doing those huge steps.
Adam texted me, he goes, you want to come on? And I said, sure, send me the link. So I get home and I'm waiting and I didn't get a link. And then all of a sudden I see that Earl jumped in. So I was like, all right, I get it. Maybe they don't need 4 fucking fools in the box messing around. It's going to clog it up.
I don't know, man. I wouldn't be too happy.
So now
if you went out of your way to walk home fast, you didn't even get to enjoy your walk home.
Right. And again, it was last minute, and I am a last minute Lou. That is, you've said it before, very often it's a last minute. Sometimes he'll call you during the day and text you and say, hey, either are you available
it's
later?
An hour or 2 hours before.
Or sometimes he'll just be like, be available if you are. And that's kind of
doing, on the Wednesday, the couple Wednesdays I was on, I text him in the morning and I'm like, hey, I'll be available at this time tonight. I'm 100% sober.
it's super second class citizen sort of shit where we're just being used as kind of like a booty call, it seems, but I'm fine with that because it's a fun time. And on top of it, man, he takes care of you. He always takes care, a little cake for the chippa, and that's honestly at this point, $100 for fucking 2 hours of work is $100 for 2 hours of work. You know what I mean? So
$100.
What are you getting more?
No, it was a KB reference.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. See, E-Rock.
$100.
E-Rock would have been.
You want to come and do a show for $100?
E-Rock would have been right on the money with you and I if he was trying to bring us.
Paid us. He could have had some real talent, some stars, as Jake Hudson called me on the BYB podcast.
That was crazy. But as you can see, we're not that talented. But here, so I go home and I'm like, I listen to the show no matter what. That's also another thing. Either I'm gonna be on the show, hanging out, getting my balls broken, having a good time, or I'm gonna be listening. That's how it works, man. I've been a diehard MLC fan for the longest time. So I'm sitting there.
Well, I'll send out some feelers this morning. See what happens. Stevie and I will be available tonight at midnight.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, we could do that.
I do want to address this real quick, Stevie, before we let it get lost in our thousands and thousands of comments.
Good call.
First of all, no one signs with Brennan. All right. It's a word of mouth type of contract. It's not, you don't sign paperwork with Brennan unless there's something I don't know about, and this is the first one. It's not the way it works. Yes, I have been hearing rumors about Mondays on MLC, Mondays with Melton, whatever. I know Kevin's angle on this, which is absolutely hilarious. He gets more views than Chad, so why not have him on? And Chad's a Melton guy, so why? Wait, Kevin has no problem with Melton, so why not have him on every Monday just to rub it in a little bit more? I want to see how it goes. I'm excited to see it. I knew it when I said it last week, and I'll say it again. There's a new wave of MLC coming, folks, and it changes every couple of months. And let's see what happens. It's all good, Max. No, I totally get it. You probably typed it fast, dude. I get it.
First of all, he said, and also, can you go back to his last comment there, the one you had up just before?
Yeah, sorry.
Apparently they're going to be doing Monets on MLC, so they're going to be doing some abstract art that belongs in a museum on MLC, I guess. Is that what he means? Monets? Oh, no, it's Mondays. Mondays.
He's probably still hammered.
He's fucking hammered. He's typing fast. This guy.
He's like, I just sent my girl to the thing. I'm still up too.
So, okay, I got a bunch of shit here about that.
11 p.m. Eastern time. Wow, even earlier. That's way better. Wow. Right when the ball game's in tonight, folks. We'll be live on MLC.
Couple of things. Apparently, Melton is going to be handling his merch. First of all, I want to go on that record and say that I personally love Patrick Melton and his show and the thing that he's doing there. I know he's been a prick to a lot of people, and I'm not going to excuse that. I'm not going to pick sides neither. From an entertainment standpoint solely, I do enjoy Patrick Melton sometimes. It's becoming more and more, to be honest with you. So anybody out there who's trying to
you've been texting us about it.
People are trying to incite this war between me and Melton. That's just never going to happen.
Yeah,
it's never going to
happen.
happen.
To call into the show, and then after I called in, I'm like, I gotta fucking listen.
Well, and that was because he was going, Stancil and Ski Mask hate me, and he kept saying that, and I was like, listen, I know these guys; they don't hate you.
I just said I'm tired of hearing his name.
Right.
Like everywhere I'd look, it's Melton.
They're opinionated. You guys are opinionated. And then I was like, he keeps saying it. He was like, oh, this guy's Ski Mask.
We're not opinionated. I just feel like a lot of these guys, Melton included, expect us, like we're out here watching all these shows. When I hang this up, I go and watch Nicolas Cage movies and go on about my day. I don't sit around watching the BS show, the Melton show, Carl's show, Chad's show. I watch MLC and I do this. That's it.
Like Melton is like the Nicolas Cage of podcasting. I just see it now. He's not.
I don't like his merch game though.
He's been around forever. He's been around forever. He's not the most talented, but there is a indescribable thing about him, and he's got all of the technology. So that's the thing that's coming up here. He's going to be taking over Brennan's merch, something that Brennan has been lacking. since day one is a solid merch. Now, Melton is so technologically savvy that he can fucking get this guy's merch up and running.
I got a merch site.
No offense to you, bud. I'm just going to give Melton the nod here when it comes to who can run a more efficient site. No offense. You know what I mean?
Busy.
Like if you don't have any money in your bank account, which is 5 out of 7 days out of the week,
I'm busy.
You can't get those shirts out. So whatever. You know what I mean?
I can actually. We figured that out. We have a credit card on file for the website.
Listen, with you, it's always something. With Melton, he's got it going so far. Listen, you're going to get there.
Does the beer store open?
You're going to get there. You're going to get there. So that's one thing. I don't want to
get there. I want to I want to sell my stupid dick shirts.
It sounds like they were in bed on the merch. So literally in bed on the merch. So it was a really easy step for Kevin to say, hey, I want you on every Monday. And now a couple things about that is that.
All right. What? Make it quick.
He's bells and whistles. So that's going to be really
Big
fun.
piece?
And cool. No, small piece, but bells and whistles that Kevin loves.
How many bells? 2 bells?
2 bells and a ding-a-ling, you know? And then what do we got here? It's like, here's the big thing. The guy is on the West Coast. He streams at night or at 4 a.m. out there. He usually sleeps during the day. I have it on good authority that that's his style. So this guy's going to have to change his, what do they call that? The rhythms, circadian rhythm, just to get up on Monday, like in the middle of his sleep session to do a very tough show. I see this thing crashing and burning
a lot of people are saying
quicker than a fucking Peruvian rugby team flying through the Andes, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. Wow, I'm reading the chat like Ray people. Yeah, no, like I said, I haven't seen it yet, so I want to wait until I do get a chance to see it before I comment. You know what I mean?
What was that?
Melton, Mondays and Melton.
Yeah.
So I'm normally that way when it comes to announcements. You know, I like to see the product first, and then I will assess my judgment next Thursday.
Okay. And then Mitcha Mills over here is bringing up a thing that maybe he might not be doing it. It could have been a work.
He's going to have to switch his schedule. Any thoughts on who you think served Melton on air?
I do. If you want
thoughts,
I do.
Yeah, go ahead, get into it.
I do not believe it's steel toe. I
don't think it's steel toe either.
That was a lot of people have been continuing that, and he's gone out and said it was not him. And I don't.
That's not why I don't believe it. I don't believe it because I don't think Aaron's that type of guy.
He also said that Patrick is not worth it.
Aaron's got a family. He doesn't want to get tied up.
I'm not saying that to be a dick to Patrick. Aaron has said that he'll maybe mention him here and there, but he's not going to be dragging down, tearing out, fighting with this guy. And you know what? It's kind of fucking crazy what Melton has done to steel toe. If anybody does deserve to be sued by someone, it kind of would be steel toe. So I get why people think that, but I don't think it was him. Someone brought up, I think it was our buddy the troll, it brought up that there was some other comedian that Melton had recently besmirched.
Are you talking about the guy who Brody Stevens himself?
No, I don't know about that. There's another guy that he's like, this guy's untrustworthy, owes me money, and is a drug addict. He was like saying that on Twitter the other day. So it could be that. Honestly, I don't really. It was fun to watch him get served.
I think it's a bit.
I don't think it's a bit neither.
I do. I'll tell you why when you get done.
Okay. You go now. You can go.
Exactly why I think it's.
You go.
Because the whole show that I watched, he kept mentioning time after time again that it's his anniversary. Has anybody been able to prove that? No. So then he gets served divorce.
Well, there's been
at
questions
the end of the show.
There's been questions that he's even married to begin with.
Right. So then he gets served divorce papers at the end. Because if someone's suing you for defamation, it's not that big of a packet. A divorce paperwork, it's a big fucking packet. It's a lot of papers. So I think he may have been going on that, and I think it's a bit. So we'll see what happens.
Well, okay, my only thing about not being a bit is that Gavin McGinnis already pulled that
but he
fake
fucked
shit.
it up.
Exactly.
Everybody knew it was fake in hours. So it was his perfect opportunity to see if he could do it better. But what I picked up on was he kept mentioning that it's his anniversary, live after live, like time after. He kept saying it during the show. So I picked up on that immediately. And then when I heard he got served, I'm like, okay, this is.
It's not a bad theory. I'll say that, but I don't think so.
It's a theory, Melton. Relax. Show us your wife's knockers.
I'd have to go wake her up, and she's sleeping still. I don't. Oh, you're talking about Melton. Okay, thank you. Jesus Christ.
Not you, dog. I wouldn't do it. No,
she'd kill me.
I wouldn't besmirch you, bro. Come on.
Let's check out the chat maybe for a sec. We got some folks checking in.
All right.
And
of course we got Statement. Yeah, shout out Stancil doing live. He did a whole 40 minutes from the kayak yesterday. It's fucking amazing. Yeah,
I see Pickle Diff. Pickle Diff jumped in and said that Butch Bradley is the comedian that I was referencing. I don't know this guy either, Butch Bradley.
I've heard his name actually. I think he's a Southern guy.
Sounds like Butcher Brody.
Brody Stevens. Marriages should be offered with time limits, 10 years, etc., with no strings. Yeah, it's called a prenup, but then the women get mad if you sign one. So.
Yeah, a lot of speculation. I almost said.
Well, there's too much, and I think if he does Monday with Kevin, I think Kevin will be able to get it out of him. You know.
Listen, I'll say this.
Because what can you really sue for saying on a podcast? Because if I were to sue somebody for defamation of my podcast,
defamation, right? That would be like if you're
defamation, whatever, inflammation.
But they were on fire, and then you took them off of being on fire. Why are they going to sue you? They should thank you.
Right. My girl, all right, St. Ranger. So what do you think about Melton's issue if you guys were on it? Because I knew it was a work with Gavin, too. Because Gavin's the king of parody. He's a lot like, not the king, but he's a lot like Tim Dillon in that aspect.
Yeah, I was going to say Peter Sellers is the king of parody.
Peter Sellers is great. I love Peter Sellers.
But Gavin McGinnis is close.
I mean, he did a couple videos that were fucking phenomenal, as far as parody and stuff. So
you almost said fentanyl. You almost said fentanyl instead of phenomenal. I'm catching a lot of this shit.
I gotta go pick up another bag. Right?
This is funny. What happens?
Amanda waiting for Stevie to be served with a gag or whatever. That's a chat of the day right there. I like that.
Guy's good. That's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, it's going to be good. I'm going to text Kevin when we get off and say Stevie and I will be available at 11 p.m. Eastern time. Mike's will be hot and ready.
And tell him that he broke our hearts by having Melton on it Monday.
Well, no, I won't say that. I'm going to say...
tell him I said it because it broke my fucking heart. I'm not going to lie.
I'm going to tell him that you were a little upset that you got put in the wait. You didn't get the link after being invited.
Please don't say that because honestly, this is the truth, okay?
You already said it.
Let me finish the story, bro. We've been cutting each other off left and right here at the pass. So
because you like to drag stories out sometimes.
Motherfucker, I will drag you, okay?
Drag?
I'll put a dress on and I'll fucking sing a song really well, lip sync it, get a few bucks in my bra, and move on.
It's the same thing, Max. It's the same thing.
So what I wanted to say is that yesterday, as I was waiting to get my link, Earl Skakel comes on. And now I love Earl. Earl's a good buddy. I chat with him all the time. And Earl, you put me to sleep, pal. You put me to fucking sleep yesterday. I hate to say it, but I fell asleep in the middle of listening to MLC. Now, I was starting to feel tired from a tough week, so I went and jumped on the bed, and next thing I know,
say something?
Yes.
I turned the show off halfway yesterday.
It's even worse than falling asleep. But I
had stuff to do. Like normally, if it's a good episode, I put off the stuff I have to do until after. But
around 5:30 or so, because I was all jazzed up, ready to go, and then I got no link, and I started listening, and then I fucking fell asleep for 2 hours, and I woke up at 7:15, and Adam had texted me at 6:30. He was like,
"Hello."
He said, "Hello." He said, "If you want to come on, bud, here's I'll send you the link now." And he did send me the link, but I was in snooze land, literally, because of Earl. So I hate to say it, but Earl did put me to sleep yesterday. And who knows, maybe I put people to sleep out there too. So I'm not trying to say that I'm the number one fucking
No,
third
but
mic.
you're talking as a fan, not a podcaster. As a fan, he puts you to sleep. I mean, but he's got that tone of voice sometimes, especially when he's not on the hype train. Because Earl knows how to hype it up. He's great on stage and stuff. But sometimes on a podcast, it can get a little infuriating. Yep. Not infuriating, but it can. His voice and his demeanor can definitely put you to sleep. It's like listening to. There's a guy who used to do a radio show at 3:00 in the morning.
Art Bell.
No, I don't know the guy's name, but it was conspiracy something. But
Art Bell, bro. It's either George Norrie or Art Bell.
George Norrie.
Okay, George Norrie took over for Art Bell. Art Bell was Coast to Coast AM, one of the greatest, greatest shows of all time, buddy. Listen, you're talking to a guy who
I'm younger, man.
Exactly. I got like fucking 20 years on you or something like that.
I was 20 years old. I used to drive to Louisiana to go to work. At fucking 3 a.m, 8-hour drive, and I put
up in New York. It used to only be Saturday and Sunday nights, which was kind of sad. I used to only get Art Bell. You can actually go.
I gotta say that show was fucking good,
dude. That show used to creep me out. He would take open lines.
3:00 in the morning. I'm driving on the highway alone.
Yep.
8-hour drive to Louisiana.
Dude, he'd be like, "Caller, go ahead," and he'd be like, "Hello, Art Bell. I am a vampire from the year 500 BC, and I am here in the year 1998, and I'm here to tell you what has happened and what will happen." He'll go, "Oh, go on, please." You know, like he was just so ready for all the crazy meth head psychos who believed that they were fucking the creature from the Black Lagoon or whatever. But then he used to have that guy fucking Major Ed Dames, I believe was the guy's name. And he was like this like retired Air Force pilot who would say that he had connection with alien Air Force and that like the world, like fucking Art Bell had the flat earth shit on lock back in the 90s, bro. They used to say that there's like a hollow core of the earth and you go underneath the earth to get there. And there's like fucking 15-foot humans that live there, and I used to fucking lap that shit up. You're right,
dude. I think I don't know how many episodes of these I've done. I've never mentioned George Norrie's name on any of them, but yeah, I remember listening to that, and just imagine. I've never even talked about Coast to Coast till now. But dude, I just remember like imagine the talent you have to have going live on the AM radio. Like he was so good, and like some of the shit he would say. I don't know if it was because like you're driving late at night, but he would like talk about these conspiracy things. You're like, holy shit, I never thought about it like that. You're right.
I just like was tapping my head hard, and it hurts now.
Well, you got a big dome, dude.
Fuck, I do. Is it offensive?
Yeah, dude, you're white, you're bald. It's crazy what's going on.
He said Bob Levy said I have a head like a Doberman.
Not really.
No, he said it's all angular. He said it's all angular like a Doberman.
Oh, because it does peak at the top. That's
you know what happens every time I see a fucking Doberman pinscher out in the street walking by?
I can't wait to hear that. Hopefully I can hear some
You
of these
fucked me up,
episodes.
Bob Levy. You fucked me up, man.
He's not watching this. He's still sleeping.
Shout out to Big Bob. I was watching Out of the Coffin last night, man. I forgot. I don't know what's wrong with me, but sometimes you forget how funny fucking Bob Levy is just by himself fucking around, man. And he was on a good one last night. I was watching that Out of the Coffin.
I'll have to watch that too after Mandy today.
Yeah, dude, you're gonna love it.
Beer store open?
Easy. Look at Flat Cat Jessica.
I love Flat Cat.
She's the best. She's honestly one of the top fans, male or female, by far.
Yeah, she was in some poll on Twitter I saw. I think I did vote for Flat Cat. I did vote for Flat Cat. It was who's the nicest lady in the MLC universe or whatever. And
hey, you know who else?
KB. I was stuck between Flat Cat and KB, but then I was like, you know what? Flat Cat has never done anything wrong. So
yeah, I'm sure if Flat Cat wasn't number one, it was KB and vice versa. It must have been those.
Yeah,
two
there was
gals.
two other names. I don't remember who was on there, but
what place did Bex come in?
The fat pig and
no, just say last. Just say last.
Oh, last place. Bex. Last place.
Oh, we shouldn't do that. We shouldn't do that.
You couldn't even get to the race because you couldn't get out of your trailer.
They had to take the wall down again?
No, they had to. What they have to do is they have to take out the wooden staircase.
Ports?
And they have to bring in a ramp for her to wheel herself down the ramp to get out of the trailer, so she only leaves about once a month because they have to rent the ramp because she can't afford an actual ramp. Ramps are very expensive.
Dude, do you remember that time?
To support the weight. To support the weight.
Do you remember that time you were like down in the basement and then you were looking at the support beams and then Gilbert was going crazy and then finally Bex stood up and she started stomping on the ground and you were downstairs and you could see the support beams starting to cave in on themselves and the dust was coming through as like she hadn't stood up in a long time and she was stomping and you made sure that you fixed the support beams. That was very good of you. It's what's eating Gilbert Grape. I'm sorry. I knew I had you confused there. It's a movie from
no, it's Johnny Depp.
You knew it. Yes.
I've seen it a couple times. I love that movie.
It's a good
I know
one.
exactly what scene you're talking about. You didn't have me confused. I was just, yeah.
You were going with
it. Yeah.
You were going with it. Oh, speaking of another great lady, can you take us both off the screen for a second? Or can we show off?
I can't really. Yeah, give me a sec.
Yeah, give us 1 sec. There's got to be an option because we do have to give a shout out here.
I'll give an overlay here.
And as a matter of fact, this is a great little segue. Or at least I've got something here once you get it up.
You got some dirt?
No, it's a quick little plug for her. So,
well, just go ahead and plug it while I pull this up.
Okay. Our good friend Little Lemmy made us a new logo this week for Stevie and Ski after MLC. You can see it behind us here, but yes, look at that, folks.
Beautiful stuff. Every Thursday.
Honestly, we didn't realize she said this was her rough draft, and we just we thought it was so good.
I was just happy somebody was making a fucking logo for the show.
She's very talented.
I've been asking people for a long time to make a new logo for SMC, and I mean, yeah, Son of Billy Wagner's was like it was good, but I wasn't in love with it.
She's got a knack for this. She's clearly got a knack for it. So we asked her to help us out, and she did it. No problem. I guess maybe if other folks are looking for graphic art, her price was very fair, and her work is amazing. So check out Little Lemmy. But more importantly, as soon as we finish here, folks should go over to twitch.tv/Little Lemmy, Lemmi. Just search Little Lemmy because she does a very interesting Saturday and Sunday morning stream that's a lot different than us. She doesn't get all wordy.
Yeah, she has titties.
She's got boobies. She's got good taste in music. So for some reason over at Twitch, you can
taste the music, folks.
She tastes the titty music. You can like play music on Twitch without getting in trouble. So she'll play
I got plenty of music.
Great playlist, and then she'll just kind of interact with the chat, and it's like one of the best ways to kind of slow play your morning on Saturday and Sunday, as opposed to this. This is like a shot of fucking adrenochrome in your balls, right to the balls, folks. That's what we're doing here. Adrenochrome in your balls.
I got music.
Let's show it off, man.
Right.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna keep going. Fuck it. We got to get some new music. Okay? We got to get a theme song. Feel credit cards and flying.
Break in a lady's house. Rob her. Get caught.
Fake. Did you have a black eye? Stay.
Drinking and driving. Drinking and driving is so much fun.
Call your aunt up. Ask her if her brother's dead. Woo!
Oh, we got to do that.
You're not up
That's
after
fucking
that.
classic. I want one more. We got to do one more.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You go first and I'll go second.
All right. Threaten people's families. Ask if their wife has got plowed. Yeah.
Just like down at the Walmart out of Del Mabry. That was bad.
Channel is struck. Now I'm upset.
Please, Kevin Brennan, I I swear, I won't do it again. Woo! No.
So much fun. I have one more line I was going to do. Bomb! Get kicked out! Mark Norman's bachelor party! So stupid.
Yeah, that was impromptu, right, folks? Definitely woke up the whole house now.
I know. I promised my girl. I told her, I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go live with Stevie when you go to work." She's like, "Just don't be loud.
No screaming. No screaming."
She goes, "No screaming. It's too early." And then all of a sudden, credit card. My neighbors is hearing credit cards getting stolen.
It must be so strange to be neighbors
like
to
cooking
people.
Eggs upstairs.
Yeah. I think the neighbor's having a stroke.
Yeah, I think he's dying down there. It's every other Saturday. You must be screaming about credit cards again. And vodka. 2 fridges. Tito's.
And what time the beer store's open.
What time's the beer store open? God, we got 5 more minutes here, folks. We're going to do 45 today.
Cool.
Cap it.
I dig it.
Yeah, because we must rest for tonight's show. We will be send Jake. I'm not sending Jake a link, Bobby Nick. I had enough of him last night.
Stop going all Ray DeVito on me and just reading the chat blindly.
No, I had to address that. Yeah, you're right. Let me get rid of it.
No, if anything, you pull the comment up and then you address it because.
Oh, you're right.
I was watching. I was watching fucking Ray DeVito last night. Man, that is
brutal.
It's like watching Planet Earth 3. The motherfucker is a bizarre, rare species. What I started doing last night is I like zoom in on just him, right? Not to do the Melton thing, but I zoom in on just him and watch him while other people are talking. This is a little fucking hack out there to really make the Ray DeVito hack. To make you're screaming. To make the
I got excited.
they're like credit cards. Hacks? What the hell's wrong with this guy? But yeah, like I said, what you call? Yeah, you can zoom in on Ray and you focus in on when he's not talking because he's licking his lips nonstop. People have said that for a while. He's constantly, and then you got to watch. He's like watching the screen, but then he's looking at the chat like clearly, and then he'll look at the screen for a second, and then kind of like be lost. Then he'll look at the chat again, and then he'll just storm over the person talking, like he was
read the chat,
or like he was never paying attention to what they were saying whatsoever.
And for him to clown on Stancil about the basketball cards, really, Ray? He brought stuff to the show.
Yeah, he is obsessive. He has like a weird OCD when it comes to a few things on his show. It's like he always says that people's volume is too high, like because he gets told.
But every time he gets in a show, it's like I have to turn my fucking radio down.
Yeah, because that's the thing. So this is where it comes from. Like Kevin tells him that he's got to turn his volume down every time he comes on the show. So now he knows that that's what a good comedian does is it tells people to turn their volume down, and he thinks he's just doing it to him, and that's what he should do to other people. Meanwhile, he's telling people that are already low to go down. So I've seen it before where he's told someone to go lower when they're already low. You know what I mean? And then he just starts getting fucking crazy. This poor girl Elise yesterday, I don't know what her Wi-Fi issue is, but her shit like will slow down. A couple frames will freeze up. The second that shit happens, Ray can't stop talking about it. He's like, Elise, you're freezing up. You're freezing up, Elise. I don't know. He's like,
what's going on?
It'll like put her backstage and shit.
Yeah, you got a pretty good Ray.
This poor woman is like going out of her way to help this guy out with her show, and he won't shut the fuck up about how her internet.
So how did he talk about the internet again?
No. At least I can't. I gotta put Elise in the backstage because yeah, I can't.
Damn, you got a pretty good Ray. I'm not gonna lie. I think it was good.
Well, you do Chad. Yeah,
I'll do Chad. You got dude. Your Ray is not bad.
What's going on?
That's pretty on point.
So
hey guys.
You're Chad. So what's going on?
Oh, let's get back to the gym.
So I'm just chilling, just drinking a beer.
Drinking? It's 10 a.m.
Yeah, chill out, dude. I can have a beer. I can have a few beers every day. Yeah,
well, the sauna, dude. You're a fucking dork, right? You're a dork.
I love that. This guy, just because he can't drink, and I have a problem, right? Just because you can't drink, I have a problem.
I go to the sauna, I sweat it out, and then I go get the IV bags.
Yeah. Sauna cock, sauna cock.
Dude, your Ray is so good. I can't even do my Chad. I'm passing more closer to Chrissy and Gino.
I can't do Ray anymore. I feel bad doing Ray.
I know.
Hi, Uncle Freddie. Uncle Freddie's not. Uncle Freddie's not dead. Uncle Freddie died. Martha. Uncle Freddie died.
We got one of these guys in here. I didn't know it was a circle jerk. Yikes. Keep watching.
All right.
Come beat me off.
We talked about fucking Earl. So
we got a big night.
We got a big piece.
I have a fat hog that I must have. I mean, I have to pay extra carry-on baggage fees when I hop on a fucking flight.
It's true.
They're like, "Well, sir, your weight limit," and I'm like, "Look at the package." They're like, "Do you got a roll of quarters in your pocket?" I'm like,
"Yeah,
no.
Can you try to tuck it? Like, you need one of those tuck things that they're selling.
I have to, man. Like,
God, everybody's getting in trouble over a Target, and you need it.
There is a photo of me when I did stand up with Pat Oates at Mohegan Sun one night, and I was hard on stage for some reason, and so it literally looks like there's a roll of quarters in my pocket, but it wasn't. It was clearly hot.
I
gotta send this to you right now.
I need to go back. I got to become an investigative journalist, and I want to interview as many people as possible that were at that show that night, and I want to find out what kind of trauma endured upon them after that fucking Pat Oates, and I don't want to say your name.
He was like, headline.
You did your name, right? You didn't do your...
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I wore cowboy boots.
I remember those days when you were that name, and I saw you.
Well, I mean, that's how I introduced
myself. You had something. I'm not gonna lie. If you kept working on it, stand up is such a hard fucking thing to really get down. You got to work on it.
We talked about it the other night.
You didn't work on it.
It's not worth my time.
Yeah,
it's not worth my time anymore. Like, I moved up here and I was like, I'm gonna do all these. I'm gonna do, all these open mics. But why waste the gas? I can go to my regular day job. $26
honestly,
an hour,
buddy, you were in the suburbs. Open mics in the suburbs are even fucking worse. The one thing about NYC, when I was single and I dedicated my life to comedy legitimately. I quit my full-time job. I haven't been paid as well as I was getting paid at that job since then, but I fucking quit the job and did comedy full-time and was working at a theater, running the place and running shows there and shit like that too. That was the crazy. All right. I gotcha. But yeah, I can't see it. I don't think I can see these things. We got to. Yeah, for some reason our phones don't jive.
It happens to that with my lady sometimes too.
Yeah. Anyway, it's probably an iOS thing. But yeah, when you dedicate your life to comedy, it really changes you as a person and it makes you better. But if you don't have the time to do that, then you're just going to end up kind of burning yourself out quick. Like I think you did.
I also moved up here during the
COVID.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't want to say it, but so everything was kind of fucked up, and it hasn't been the same since. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Dude, the open mic.
Everything just got weird, bro. Like
after COVID ended, and they started doing a lot more open mics in the city. Man, I tried to re-enter the fray, and one thing was the Creek in the Cave was my number one spot to do mics because it was close, and I knew the owner, and she had me passed there more or less to like do Friday shows, which were brutal at the end, but. Nonetheless, once that was gone, I went to the other mics, like bar mics, and I became the old guy, man. Like I transitioned from when I started off doing comedy when I was like 35 or so, 36. I started off real late. Yeah, I was like 33, 34. I started late and I was still in the bubble of being young enough to be able to go out to open mics. But after fucking COVID, once I was like 38, 39, you're too old for that shit, bud. And it's like you become the weird older dude at the younger mic, and that's not a place to be. And people who still do that, it's fucking a scary place to be. So I was more
I just don't know.
real.
Like, I was so into it when I moved here because I was doing Texas open mics, which are different. I mean, you basically go and there's guys just like, it's not all comedy, you know. Like there's no clubs, so then you have to do stand up. I sent it to you on Twitter. You can see the.
I'm checking right now. I'm listening to you.
So stupid. I was like, you know, it'd be funny if I went out here with all.
Oh my god, that's so great, dude. It's a great. So my friend Ski Mask just sent me the picture of him on stage that night, no mask. That's hilarious, man. Yeah,
you can see it, right?
You look like you're shitting a brick in your pants. You're not smiling at all. You're not smiling at all.
Look at the bulge. Look at the bulge.
There's a ring of quarters in the man's pocket. That's great. That's great.
No, that was actually a good night. Making a casino audience laugh, it'll make you a better comic because they're not there. They're just bored because they ran out of money and they got free tickets.
Yeah.
So they just go to the club, you know, because they get the free shit. And then so there's like 100 people or something in the room. That's every Thursday.
I'm not making excuses.
I never get paid for those.
One thing is I have not failed at comedy because I was running weekly shows back in the day, and then even when I went back and got a full-time job, I don't feel like I failed at comedy. I was still able to pull down a few bucks running shows and performing in the city. But honestly, the juice is not worth the squeeze, man. And I had a real soul-searching sort of moment where what I've done is I've just kind of transitioned from trying to chase that stand-up comedy dream to a female. To doing stuff like this with you, with the Backyard Boys.
So much more fun, too.
One Smoker Video, making some money on the side from Steel Toe and Kevin. I've made more money now doing this. It's easier and you make an easier buck. And also I have a larger audience now. You know, I'm on the show with Steel Toe and he's got a couple hundred, if not almost 1,000 people checking his shit out. Anytime you're on MLC, he's got 1,000 people checking your shit out. You know what I mean? So I never got that kind of crowd ever doing stand-up, and I never made that quick big buck. You'd always get paid like shit, like 30, 40 bucks here and there, man.
And that's
like
doing stand-up.
Fucking stand-up club owners are shitheads. They're
both times
people.
I got paid was from Chrissy Mayer. You know, I used to pick up Pat Oates. I'd have to drive 30 minutes to pick him up, then drive an hour and a half north to the fucking Comics Roadhouse to do a show. I never got paid. And, you know,
it's good experience, though.
I wasn't complaining, at all. But I'm saying I could sit here in my house and make a couple bucks just from ad reads alone or whatever. You know, it's not worth the squeeze, like you say. It's just not. It's not worth my time. Like, why? Who am I doing this for? Nobody goes out anymore.
If I really gave a shit and I wanted to prove Junior Coltrane on YouTube wrong, exactly. But if I did want to, I could book a show in 2 weeks if I wanted to. But honestly, I would do one in 4 weeks. I'd have a great little lineup. I'd have a crowd and I'd have a venue and I'd fucking go and kill. But honestly, right now I've been putting my time into filming because I'm having way more fun filming on the side. I wrote my own short movie film. I'm going to be getting that banged out as soon as possible. I'm waiting to hear. I'm going to bang it out. I'm waiting to hear back on. I applied for a film grant because there's money out there for filmmakers. There's not grants
De Niro
there for fucking comedians. Okay, so and also you leave more of a legacy when you work with stuff that's on film. The stage opportunity is fleeting. And I've been really honest with myself and working with some amazing people. This film that we just finished the principal photography on a film. It took us 14 fucking months to film, bro. 14 fucking months of my life I was spending every extra minute I had in jail or on this film. And I can't wait for people to see this shit. I'm finally starting to see edits. It's called Bring on the Damned Volume 1. You can check it out. Actually, if you go check out Bring on the Damned, let me pull up the Instagram real quick because I would love folks to go take a look at what we've actually put out. It is one word.
Porn.
Bring on the Damned. BRINGONTHE. DAMNED. Bring on the damned on Instagram.
Beautiful. Good
you gotta
shit.
check out the shit we've been doing, bro.
I was telling Teamster Tim the other day, I don't think I could make it as a comic, like doing that full time. I enjoy labor. I enjoy working. You know what I mean? So I don't. If I was like doing comedy full time, I would be doing too many drugs, too many like benders. I would go crazy. Like I need to be scheduled. I have to get up Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. If I go too long without working or being on some type of schedule, bad things happen to good people.
I will say that
they don't get paid. I do a lot of drugs, strippers, whatever. You know, I need responsibility every now and then.
It was the wildest.
I enjoy working. I've been working since I was 16. I never went to college. Fuck that. It's gay. So I'll do that. And then, you know, when I feel like entertaining, I'll put on a mask and make a couple funnies. You know, we'll talk about some stuff with some of this wild shit that's happening out here, folks.
And bro,
we'll
hold on.
and fucking more tonight.
And stand up is not what it used to be, bro. Like
exactly, it's not a rock star status.
It takes a special person to be stand up. That was, you're talking in 2014 terms. Back in 2015, 2014, yes, I used to get a lot of attention just by being a stand up comedian. Nowadays, people like will kind of ask here and there, and the woke culture has fucked this shit up. If you go to the fucking Comedy Cellar, even the Stand, you're not getting the same quality banger lineups that you used to get 6-7 years ago, man. The younger up and coming crew are not as sharp.
Yeah, are they going on stage with boners? No. I don't know why I thought it was funny.
That is great.
I was like, if they're not gonna laugh, at least they can see my boner through these tight pants.
No, and I like listening to detractors, and I like hearing contrary opinions. So thank you to Junior Coltrane for fucking running me up a little bit. Yes, he's a good dude. I like him.
Yeah, I'm a drunk, dude. I need a schedule so I don't drink at 7 a.m. What's
Saint Ranger? Saint Ranger says taking film classes at college is a great way to see actual films on a real screen. Usually at least 2 films per week. Usually visitors can also watch the films. That's a fucking life hack right there. I like that, Saint Ranger.
What about the casting couch? Does that happen at colleges? I noticed it's mostly.
You got 2 in.
Folks. Catch us. Hopefully 80% chance we'll be on late nights with Brennan tonight at 11 p.m. Eastern time. Really gonna have to beg here, but we're gonna, one of us at least. I know Stevie will definitely probably get the link, but if I don't get the link, I'll set a car fire, and I'm gonna go on another bender if I don't get the link tonight. So,
Jesus.
Yeah, so he really better send that link. What time's the beer store open?
Freedom of the mind, freedom of the soul. That's what we give it to you right up your hole.
Freedom of the peas. Enjoy Mandy's. Yeah, I'm going to go watch Mandy right now until the beer store opens. Folks, catch us tonight at 11 p.m. Eastern time, hopefully, on MLC. Stevie, as always, I'll see you Thursday and every other Saturday, early bird.
Thank you, buddy.
Playlist.
Thank you very much.